Wendy, John, and Michael Darling lived in London with their parents and their dog, Nana. Every night, Wendy told bedtime stories to her younger brothers. One night, Wendy woke up to find a boy sitting on the floor and crying.
Who are you, and why are you crying?
I'm Peter Pan. I'm crying because I've lost my shadow.
Do you mean this?
You found it!
Wendy sewed it to the bottoms of his shoes with a needle and thread.
All better.
Peter was delighted and impressed. He invited Wendy to come back to Neverland to be his mother and take care of him. Just then, Peter rose off of the floor and began to fly around the room. John and Michael woke up and jumped on their beds.
You can fly. I want to fly too.
Wendy, who is this?
Oh, these are my brothers, John and Michael. Boys, this is Peter Pan. He wants to take us to Neverland.
I do? Oh, I guess they can come along too. Well, there's no time to lose. Let's go.
I'm sorry to bother, Peter Pan, but we can't fly like you. How will we get there?
I forgot. You need pixie dust.
Peter took out a whistle and blew it. All of a sudden, a bright light appeared at the window. When the light came closer and landed by Peter Pan, he introduced a fairy friend.
Everyone, meet Tinkerbell. Tink, my friends need a little bit of help flying.
Tinkerbell nodded excitedly and shook her magic pixie dust on the three children.
Now just think happy thoughts. Don't be scared.
They thought hard, and before they knew it, they too were rising off of the floor and flying. They flew out the window. Wendy, John, and Michael followed Peter Pan and Tinkerbell over the city of London and high above the clouds. After a long time flying, they reached a beautiful island.
This is Neverland. Second start to the right and straight on till morning. Here in Neverland, children never grow up.
They glided down to a big hollowed-out tree and climbed inside.
Welcome to my home. I have some friends I want you to meet. Oh, children, I'm home.
Just then, a group of young children appeared, wearing funny animal costumes. Hello, Peter. Hello, Tinkerbell. Who have you brought for us to play with?
Hello, my friends. I'd like to introduce you to your new mother, Wendy. Oh, and her two brothers, John and Michael. Guys, these are the lost children. They are my friends.
Lost children? You're lost? Where are your parents?
We don't know, but that's okay, because Peter promised to bring us back a mother who will read to us, tuck us in, and give us hugs.
But I'm not your mother. Besides, we need to leave soon. Mother and father will be home soon.
Wendy, you tell such wonderful stories. Won't you please try? Look at these poor lost children. How would you like it if John and Michael were lost?
Yes, please. Let's stay a little longer. Why don't you tell us a story?
Well, okay. Just one story.
Hooray!
So they all sat down while Wendy told them one of her best bedtime stories. The children were so engulfed in the heroic tale that they didn't notice a spy creeping in the shadows.
Well, 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 it looks like Pan has brought back a girl. Wait until the captain hears about this.
Past the forest and not too far off from shore was a glorious ship. Captain Hook, the leader of the pirates, was well known for the hook he had instead of a hand, the result of a fight with his enemy the crocodile. The captain of the ship, who was not a fan of Peter Pan, sat in his quarters, polishing his collection of hooks, thinking up of a scheme to get rid of Peter Pan. He wanted to run all of Neverland, but Peter always got in his way.
I can't wait to get my hook on that Peter Pan.
Captain, sir, I have some news to report. Peter Pan has brought back a girl with him. He claims she's going to be their new mother.
A mother? A girl? Peter has never brought a girl with him before. She must be very special. I think it's time we put my plan into place. Shmee, let's set sail to shore. Peter won't see us coming.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Back in the hollow tree, the children had all fallen asleep following Wendy's adventurous story. Peter woke up suddenly to a loud crack and bang in the middle of the night.
Whoa! What was that? Tinkerbell, let's go. We should check it out. Sounds like a tree fell in the forest.
Peter and Tinkerbell flew up and out of the tree to investigate the sound, while the rest of the children slept soundly. The next morning, the children woke up, wondering where Peter and Tinkerbell had gone.
Has anyone seen Peter and Tinkerbell? I can't believe we all fell asleep. We need to get back. Our parents must be so worried.
I haven't seen them either, but we did find a note on the door. Why don't you read it, Wendy?
Dear friends, meet me in the forest clearing. Me and Tinkerbell have a surprise before you leave.
Oh, a surprise? Let's go!
John, Michael, and the lost boys got up excitedly and started heading to the forest, but Wendy was hesitant. Something just didn't feel right, but she followed behind the rest, wondering about the so-called surprise. They reached the clearing in the forest, but it was empty, and there was no sign of Peter Pan or Tinkerbell. Wendy's heart sank.
I don't see a surprise.
Maybe we're in the wrong clearing.
Suddenly, a net was thrown on the children. It was a trap. Captain Hook and his crew of pirates came out of the shadows.
You're not Peter.
Of course not. I'm Captain Hook, and I'd run Neverland. You must be the girl Pan has brought. Perfect. We'll use you to get him to surrender. Tie them up and bring them aboard. I think we'll have them walk the plank.
Where's Peter?
I sent him on a wild goose chase. He thinks the trees are falling in the forest, but really we just strapped a radio to a squirrel and tuned into Lumberjacks or FM. He'll never see this coming.
With another hearty laugh, Captain Hook and his crew of pirates whisked the children away. Captain Hook and the pirates brought the children back to their pirate ship.
Welcome to my humble abode, children. It's not much, but it will do, until we take down another ship and steal all their wealth, of course.
Shall we set up the plank, sir?
Aye. Now, children, I have a proposition for you. You see, I've lost a few men at sea a few days back. Nothing drastic. The ship was moving too slow at the time, so I needed to get rid of some extra weight. You know how it is. But I'm in need of a few extra hands these days. If you join me, together we can rule Neverland.
The boys quickly raised their hands excitedly.
I always wanted to be a pirate.
Me too!
Wendy could not believe her ears. She crossed her arms and scolded her brothers.
I can't believe you boys. Captain Hook is a crook who wants to get rid of Peter.
Sorry, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. Well, of course, I'll treat you all like family. Pirates stick together. Besides, we're also in need of a mother to read us bedtime stories. What do you say?
I will never join you. Peter will come and save us.
He's going to try, but once he sees you on the end of that plank, he'll have to surrender.
Captain Hook was so busy laughing, he didn't notice Peter Pan and Tinkerbell sneaking up behind him with a clock.
What's that horrifying sound? It sounds like...
Aha! You're still the codfish I knew you were, Hook.
Pan! How did you get here so fast? Never mind, you're too late. I've got your girlfriend here and there's nothing you can do about it. Surrender and I might consider you joining our crew. It's a limited time offer, so act now.
Ha! Like I would ever join you. It's you who needs to surrender.
Pan lunged at the pirate with his dagger, but Captain Hook was too fast. He pulled out an impressive sword, and the two began to duel.
My wisest enemies run away at the first sight of me.
Even before they smell your breath.
Meanwhile, Wendy snuck off the plank and onto the boat.
I got this scar on my face during a fierce battle.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Their fight was dangerously close to the edge of the plank.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Peter's whip proved to be a little too much for Captain Hook's ego, and with a strong blow from his sword, he knocked the dagger out of Peter's hand. Peter raised his hands in surrender.
Peter!
Finally, fighting with you is annoying, and it's almost time for dinner. We just kidnapped a 5-star chef too, so there's no way I'm missing that because of you. Now prepare for the worst, Pan.
All of a sudden, Peter started chuckling.
Stop giggling like a little girl and prepare for your fate.
You really think I would surrender? I brought some backup.
Everyone fell silent, and there was an apparent tick-tock in the background.
Wait, you don't mean?
Come on out, my friend.
The largest crocodile the children had ever seen emerged from the water. As Captain Hook stood frozen in fear, Pan flew up and off the plank. John acted quickly and pushed the captain off the plank. Luckily, the captain was a trained swimmer and began swimming for his life, but not before cursing Peter one last time.
You'll regret this, Peter Pan.
Peter picked up the captain's sword and turned to address the pirates.
Now that I'm the captain of this ship, it's time for my friends to return home. All right, crew, set sail for London, England.
The children and the crew all cheered. It turns out they really didn't care much for Captain Hook's selfish ways either. They flew off into the night sky and made it home before their parents did. The end.